I'm suggesting say that Wyatt Imus grow up and do that. One hopes he doesn't, but you know what I'm saying. So.
He won't.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. So
he won't because he's got his mother.
We're talking with Mary Matalin here in the Imus Morning program. It's 19 minutes till the hour. You know, I was talking to Chris Wallace about Sarah Palin. That's kind of interesting how. Well, I know you've been telling me and Hannity and other people that she's been. She's just going to hang around long enough until she gets taken seriously, isn't she?
I don't know that that's necessarily her objective, but looks to be the upshot of it. And you know what? Even if people don't want to make a decision about the 2012 race, which is the only template that the mainstream media has,
yeah.
What impact does this have on that? Whether or not they want to make a decision about that, whether or not that's her objective, when she is maligned and made fun of and pilloried the way she is, people take it personally because they connect with her and they think they're being made fun of. It's what angered all these Tea Party activists. Many of whom were not activists previously. People in this country feel like they should have a voice, and when they express themselves, they don't like to be called racist or un-American or Nazis or maligned in the way that she has been. She kind of represents that segment, that very important and earthy segment of this culture. And I think this book, you know a lot about books. This doesn't happen. This is phenomenal what she has done on this book tour.
I thought that any criticism of her, and I've always tried to confine my criticism of her to, not that my criticism would even actually be serious, but to whether she's intellectually equipped to be president of the United States. But then the guy you supported, George Bush, the bad George Bush, not the good George Bush.
They're only good Bushes.
I got that line from Gail Collins in the New York Times. She refers to I love Gail Collins, by the way. Do you ever read her?
No.
Oh no, girl can write funny. She can write funny, Mary. I'm telling you. Anyway, and she makes dopey liberal points, but they're no more ludicrous than say, well, the points you make. Anyway.
No.
But she labels 41 the good Bush and 43, conversely, the bad Bush. But the criticism of Sarah Palin, I think, is fair if you're talking about whether she has the intellectual heft of even George Bush. Other than that, the other kinds of comments, which my wife pointed out to me, these various feminists refuse to defend her on, is one, hypocritical on their part, and you're absolutely right, unfair, and it resonates with people out there who do like her. And when she gets criticized on that basis, as you said, that they feel as though they are. So you're right.
You know, the feminists have been hypocrites since about 1972. They're not about women. They're not about advocating for women. They did not even defend Hillary Clinton, who is undeniably the feminist by my definition of a feminist of the last century. And so they're not about women. They're just crazy libs. And my favorite thing about calling George Bush or Sarah Palin dopes is how often George W. Bush and Sarah Palin have had an impact, a big impact on policy. And so they have been, all these intellectual giants, all the chattering classes have been duped by dopes. They're so stupid, but they can beat these guys at every punch, up to and including Barack Obama's embrace of the Afghanistan foreign policy and national security policy. That's the Bush doctrine, that's the Bush tactics, and Obama's got his arms all around it. So, I mean, he couldn't have been too big of a dope if their icon is embracing his policies.
Oh no, they have that little the mad scientist Karl Rove behind either they have a Karl Rove or a James Carville, or going back to years ago a Roger Ailes or one of those. So they have one of those mad geniuses behind the scenes pulling the strings. Oh, they're still dopes. I mean, George Bush is a dope. Come on, you can say that now. You know he is. So. He's so out of the loop, it's frightening. Honest to God.
Are Charles and Bernard your string pullers, your Rasputins, your mad scientists? You're just a puppet?
Yes, absolutely. I'm the dumbest person on this program. Oh, absolutely.
I don't think Charles or Bernard want to take credit for your what comes out the other end.
Please excuse us.
We apologize.
I don't think I like that, but if I understood it, but I don't even understand it. We're talking with Mary Matalin, who's down in New Orleans. You and your husband discuss Tiger Woods?
James,
Come on.
we actually don't, but James, he tells me all the jokes. My current favorite one is his wife is a 19, she's a 10 with a 9-iron. So we like to tell the jokes. But what you're reading of that email, did you make that up? Was that real?
No. Those are legitimate emails.
Direct quotes.
No.
Do men like that? I don't get this like electronic nookie. What is that? A turn on? What is that?
Electronic nookie, did you call it, Mary?
I don't know. What do you call it?
I don't.
Just communication.
Don't you and Deidre just look at each other and talk to each other face to face?
Yes.
What is this? I never understood the phone or email or tweeting or twittering or what or that pictures on cell phones. Like, I'm so old I can't. I just like the
What's your number?
the frontal assault.
Give me a number to Bernie.
I've heard Bernie this morning already.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for all the tunes. Thank you for a wonderful year. Thank you for